honey. What you doing?
I'm enjoying my spa day.
Oh, you're enjoying your spa day.
Today is on like Donkey Kong.
Greetings from Fairfield. We are Richard and Kendra, and we are restoring this cool old Victorian house. We found this old Queen Anne for sale on the internet and decided to buy it. So we moved from the West Coast to the cornfields of Iowa. So join us as we explore and restore this 1896 Victorian mansion.
Well, that was a little anticlimactic. Had this whole thing planned out for end of last week's video with all the arcade games with the game lost in the center and this big pan, and kind of like the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark when they're putting the ark in the crate, sort of pushing it into the warehouse. Big spectacular musical with music by John Williams, and well, Mr. Williams declined our request to use his music, and so instead you got our daughter on kazoo. But anyway, welcome back to the channel and greetings from Fairfield. If you're new to joining us, I'm Rich.
And I'm Kendra.
And well, when we're not restoring that cool Victorian house over there, we're horsing around in the Carriage House. And well, today we got to pull out a Donkey Kong and actually pull out a lot of games so we can show you more of the Carriage House. And so without further ado, let's start rolling. Of course, yeah, I'd have to pick the hottest day of the year so far to do this. Like 95 degrees today. Got a little sweat. This is Pac-Man fever. But I think we found it. Wasn't as far back as I thought it was. We're maybe only a quarter of the way up. We're gonna pull it out a little more. And this one's wrapped. So hopefully we can get this fired up and get it down to the art center just in time for the movie premiere. How cool would that be? A little tight in here. Probably should have pulled out a few more. Dun, dun, dun. We got an outlet up there. Now I can finally get to that light and find out why it's not working. Take it down. Those fluorescent lights are stupid. Some old rustic barn lights. That's what this place needs. That's not a good sign.
Oh. What?
I don't know. We got, I don't know if that happened in transport. There's no outlet on that. cord was wrapped up inside of this. So I don't know what happened there. And another reason why I wouldn't trust anybody to move all this stuff. Oh, here's the outlet.
Aw. Okay,
It
so
probably just pulled out.
that's good. So
See, because this way, if something gets messed up, I got nobody to blame but myself. Ta-da!
the pretty red Donkey Kong.
Look at that. Look at that. You just put the bolts on there. Control panel. This thing has been wrapped up for about 6 years. Looks like it just came off the factory floor. This is one of the games that I actually had already fully restored. Got a little dirty there, but for the most part, ta-da! All right, so this is gonna have to be repaired before we plug that in, and should probably open the key, find the keys, and open it up. Yeah, this came all loose. Shoot. Probably in the transportation. Had a couple of screws that shook loose because these other ones are loose. And yeah. All right, so we're gonna have to look at that. Look at that. Yeah, somebody spilled something on that. I had that at California Extreme last. When was the last year we went there? 2019. It's been wrapped up since 2019. And some putts at the convention spilled something all over it. Which is why I don't bring Gabe's California Extreme anymore. Oh, wait a minute. No, it couldn't have been California Extreme. We didn't bring this.
No.
That would have been a different show.
We took that to the Northwest show, and we also took it to the
That was a different
Arcades,
show. Yeah. We took it to a different show. So, you know, for those not familiar, kind of like car shows, game collectors bring their restored games to a show at a convention center. Turn on 1,000 games. Let people in town play it. Don't get that at a car show. It's not like they give you the keys. You can test drive, you know, a bunch of old classic cars. At least this way you get to play the games.
I don't think you even get to sit in them.
See, you can sit in a cockpit. Look at that. Take a cockpit to a show, you can sit in it and play it. Oh, way better than a car show.
Yeah, you got it. Good as new. Well, good as new for testing.
Everything there looks good. I have a few things that shifted around. What do we got here?
Right here. Here, how about I hold your phone?
Yeah, we might as well take this down since it don't work. While we're at it. Do it over there. Yeah, let's see here.
Maybe around.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright. And
Let's see what she does.
action.
Here, shoot up here.
Okay.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna plug it in. Oh, it made a noise. Holy moly! Look at that.
I don't hear it though.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Do the buttons work?
The button's not working. Number 2 works. 2-player works. Alright, so we gotta look at this. And figure out why that's not working. Well, that works.
Just jump on?
Yeah. Look at that. And the down works. Everything works except for the 1 player. Did you see? That's how good I am. You hear that, Weeby? Mitchell? See, I shouldn't have spoke that soon. I'm coming for you, man.
Nah, that was that was hubris.
Well, there you go. I think we're gonna have some games at the art center.
Okay.
Of course,
so,
we need to bring more than just one.
I was gonna say we have Donkey Kong. Now, what's the next game?
I hear that if you're good at Centipede, all the pretty girls come up to you and say, "Hey, I think you're. I hear you're good at Centipede."
Where's Centipede?
It's on the other end.
Oh,
Hey, but check this out. I mean, we got here. Back up.
no. I'm back in.
Yeah, we only had to take out about a quarter of these. That was good timing. Only had to take out about a quarter of them to find it. And so that's cool. We can rearrange some of this. We'll pull some more out of here, and we can kind of rearrange these a little bit better. And then we'll take a look at more of this barn. We've been here for 4 years now. No, we've been out here 100 times. We've never really explored out here. The construction and some of the rafters and features that it once had, still has. Another knob and tube lighting here. Man, we have got to get lights to put back where they had all those lights. This place probably would have looked fantastic all lit up. You know what I mean?
Not scary at all.
Not scary at all. Now it's just like all like creepy old dusty haunted barn. But yeah, we'll get some more of this cleaned out, and then we'll kind of go through and show you the rest of it. But let Walter know. It's on like Donkey Kong. So, this doesn't work anyway. Light bulbs probably burn out. I don't know when this was put up. Nothing says rustic barn than fluorescent lighting. You know what I mean? But cans are nice enough. Maybe we'll just get new bulbs and put this in at the shop. I got something else in mind for up here. Ta-da! Wonder how heavy this is. I got no way to. Oh yeah. Where's the other one? Should have been a little more center. Ruh-roh. Okay. This is heavier than I thought it'd be. Alright, staying clear. There we go. It's free. Holy moly. Holy moly.
God, that looks so much better.
Here's the other side. Got about half of it cleared out so far. Make our way up here. This is some of that cabinetry that came out of the house next door. You take some measurements and see how it's going to fit. Got a potato bin, some really cool hardware. It's all painted. That's why I said that I'll either have to repaint or we'll strip it. This here was the original finish. This was up against the wall where they couldn't paint it, but that was some pretty looking stuff. I don't think it's anything super fancy. I mean, it might be pine, but has a really nice shellac color on it. That's for sure. A little dirty. Seen better days, but we'll get her cleaned up. We'll see if we can't put it in that front living space. But over here, it'll be hard to show you this stuff until we get more of this cleared out. But I wanted to point this out. Anybody know why we would tack these cloth bags up here? They're on one side of the joist, all the way down on both sides. Because back over here, we got them over here too. And they go all the way, not quite all the way down, but what is that? You get a ladder back here and see if there's anything in them. They just look like little pouches. I don't know what that is. Really strange. One diamond tube. What's also weird, we'll talk more about this on the other side, but only one side was painted of the ceiling for some reason. But we're gonna go back around on the other side. I just wanted to show you these weird bags. We're gonna go back on the other side and take a look at what I got done. Why don't you mosey on in? Oh, we got half of it done. And at least enough. Started looking at some more stuff here. So let's start here. So we showed you this horse stall here last time with our horse. And we had another one right here. You can see where they ripped it out, and it lines up with that one. And we have the same 2 horse trough drops up top. it would have come down. So I would like at some point, not that I need another project, but I want to put at least a wall so we can section off our buggy. I mean, why have a carriage house and not have a carriage? We use this for Halloween, and it needs a little bit of work because, well, these wheels here are just sort of wired on there. And we talked a little bit about that in the last video, but I got a new set of chassis, or a new set of wheels and a new chassis. So we're gonna swap these buggies out so we can actually wheel it back and forth. And it'd be nice to have its own little like parking stall here. And so I'd like to section this this back off, and at least we know that it mirrored this one. You know, we don't need the horse trough back, but it'd be nice to have this sort of sectioned off from the rest of the carriage. We also have these. Oh, and maybe, there we go. So here we got a track system here that was probably for door pulleys. And if I have a wall, then we just have closing pocket doors, and we just slide them over to pull the carriage out. That's what we need. That's what we need. That track runs all the way down the center, all the way to the other side. So I don't know if they just had a bunch of doors that you would just slide around, or if that track is actually something else entirely. If I'm wrong about that, you bonding experts let me know. But I'm thinking it was some kind of pulley system for doors. But I could be wrong. That maybe they had bales of hay on there and would wheel those back and forth maybe. I don't know. But the same set of wheels should work, I would think. But then we can close this off and keep it open and just slide those doors down. That'd be fantastic. Oh, and this, speaking of doors, let's see if I can get back here. This, I think they call them a double Dutch door, little barn door, my Mr. Ed door. What to the other side? This one here was also nailed shut. I don't know why. I got this open though. Check out this latch though. This is kind of a neat little old latch. It's like a little, like, almost like an anchor. Goes on there. Kind of neat. Anyway, this is our Mr. Ed door. I think they call him a double Dutch door. I call it Mr. Ed door. Opens up. Hello, I'm Mr. Ed. Today we're horsing around the carriage house. Pretty cool though, huh? All right, so what else we got? So we got half our games cleared out. We're gonna start turning these, and got the other door open. Got much more stuff down there, but we'll start getting these and getting rows where we actually start walking through the whole center of this thing. But we got enough cleared out that we can actually start looking at it. This was that other drop in that room that was next to the torture room, and you see all the way up there. That's cool. That's just sheet metal there. Tore it all up and just left it there. But this actually would have been a different room. So this, and the windows are boarded up. So I don't know if they kept an animal. It's not very wide. So from here to here, all the way out, because that's where that other wall would have been for that horse stall. 6 feet maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4. For the floor joists, they're about, I think, 16, 18 inches apart. So this was a separate room. And again, if they did have doors on there, that would explain that part, right? They'd have another sliding door there. Or maybe it was that one door with the window in it, with the rim lock that was down on the floor. Maybe that was here. Because you could see that this was another room because they stopped painting there, and there's a chunk of wood there. That was part of that wall. And that came all the way down. All the way down. I wonder why this half of the carriage house is all painted. The whole side, all the rafters there are painted white, and this side is painted white, but then none of the rest is. I wonder if there's a reason. I wonder if there's a reason why you would paint that. That's been painted twice. So we have that same green. Green on this side, it's white on the other side.
And there's
I don't know what was first, the white or the green. Because there's green there.
green first.
Looks like the green first. The green, we know that green was painted in 1911 because it was written up in the newspaper that Beck was painting his barn in February, I think it was, if I remember that right. Oh, weird time to be painting your barn in the middle of winter. But it's funny. I looked the weather report up for that day in 1911 in February in Iowa. It was 79 degrees. I guess global warming's been around longer than we thought. But in that color, we were asked if we knew what color the house was originally. And well, we do. And actually this color was the second color the house was painted. So not only did he paint these walls in here green, house was painted green too. Roughly within that same year, 1911, 1912. Some of the only pictures that we have that show a difference in paint color. And I removed one of the porch lights. When I removed the porch light, found that color. So this matches a lot of the other hooks. Sort of. No, this one's different. That one's different. There's no mark on that, so I don't know. Neat old cast iron hook though. A little swirly. To find a place for that.
Not there.
Not there?
No, I'll hit my head on it.
Oh yeah, probably. Well, then that's not wide enough for me to put my horseshoes with my keys.
That's true.
You need to find something else to put there. Oh, I got it. I know what we'll put there, at least for now. I know, I got it. I do this. Check this out. Watch this. Don't look. Ta-da! I don't know. Maybe we should take this. Maybe we should take that ribbon off. Put another nail.
Oh, use the ribbon to hang it.
Oh yeah, maybe, huh? Well, then it's kind of low. No, it's not right. It's all right. How about that? There we go. Hey, boom.
That's perfect.
Yeah, nice little. I don't know. I forget what you call these things. One of our viewers gave us this. Thought it looked nice out here in the carriage house, right there on the.
It really does look nice.
Thank you. All kinds of cool stuff. See, we'll put old horse stuff up here. Look cool. Who needs a Airbnb when you got this cool stuff?
Oh, why don't you tell them the other reason why we don't have the Airbnb?
There is another reason why we're not going to do a B&B. What's the reason? Oh,
Because of the tomato.
the tomato story. Okay, little sidetrack, little sidestep. Why this makes no sense. Another reason why it makes no sense for a B&B. Previous owner actually looked into that. The last owner, the one that died in the house. So she had looked into that, and turned out she was talked out of it because it would raise the property tax here quite a bit. I think they told her it would double it, and it's already high. And so we don't need another reason for them to raise the property tax here. So, but speaking of property tax, when we moved here, I mentioned before, we bought the town's old radio station, which is where we do all of our work, and have no idea how the tax man found this out. But shortly after moving in, we were contacted by a sweet little old lady that wanted to broadcast her church service using our radio antenna. Because, well, like I said, it was a radio station. Radio antenna is still on the property. And thought we'd just let her broadcast the church services off the radio tower and you know, just why not? Taxman shows up, wanting to know how much we were charging her in rent to use that antenna. And well, we had actually worked out a deal with her because she did have to put the transmitter there and it was going to require some power, and she did want to pay us. But I didn't have time to figure out how many amps and usage she was using, so I was like, don't worry about it. And she offered to bring us organic tomatoes in exchange. These beautiful giant, these things were like double-fisted handed tomatoes. And so heirloom tomatoes. So when the tax man shows up, he's like, hey, I hear you're allowing Mary to use the radio. How much you charging her? So I can assess the proper tax. The look on the guy's face when I told him that we were that she was paying us in tomatoes was priceless. He was so sad. I just bursted his bubble. His week was ruined, and he left defeated because he says, and I quote, "I can't tax you on tomatoes," and left. Take that, Mr. Taxman. Well, what a day, huh? Moved about 40 arcade games. And, well, we did find Walter's Donkey Kong, so he'll be happy. We'll get that up to his movie premiere in a few days. But, yeah, you know, Old in Old House is not all fun and games, though. Well, or is it? See, I just got a notification on Marketplace for another game. And, well, I'm a little beat today, so I think in the morning we're going to head out just outside of Chicago to bring back a game that used to be here over 100 years ago. So, in the meantime, tally-ho. All right, it's 283 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas. I have a cup of coffee. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it.
I told him it would fit. He didn't believe me. Kind of hard. So it's about almost 8:30, and well, we left this morning at about 8:30, and so we've been on the road to pick up an old, kind of hard to say no when a early 1900s pool table comes up for sale on Marketplace, and they were moving. It was already disassembled and ready to go, and not looking forward to another project or lugging this up to the third floor.
Over here.
Let's see here. So it came with a matching pool cue rack. H.J. Sullivan. And just a little bit of research so far. They made pool tables between 1880 and 1920. And some pretty cool carvings and some dark oak that should match the third floor really nicely. It's pretty dirty. Needs some cleanup, but other than that, it's in pretty nice shape. I mean, how hard could it be? They got a pool table up there in 1895. Surely we can get one up there in 2025. Not to mention, if they wouldn't have sold that pool table, we wouldn't have to do this. needs a little tightening.
Oh, that's cool.
And it comes with its own ball rack. Little chalk dispenser. Pretty nifty. Again, nice matching dark. I don't know, I think it's tiger oak. Really cool. Really cool. I think it'll look fantastic up there. And I got these cool Mardi Gras beads.
Wait a second. How did you earn those?
Well, now all we got to do is get it up to the 3rd floor. Start breaking balls again. Hey, maybe that's why they called it the ballroom.
How are we going to get it up there?
Piece by piece.
Isn't the slate heavy?
It's just 3 pieces. I mean, I just moved 40 arcade machines. They probably weigh 300-400 pounds a piece. How hard could it be?